Welcome to Section 3 Vendor Report Training by the Department of Community Affairs. If the Department of Community Affairs has indicated that you need to report Section 3 hours for one or more of the projects you are working on, you will begin by accessing the vendor portal from DCA's Section 3 information page. Under the Section 3 reporting for DCA Disaster Recovery and Mitigation Programs heading, you'll scroll down and click this link for Section 3 vendor portal. Once you click that link, you will be taken to the Section 3 vendor portal login page. Before starting your report, make sure you have your organization's license number, a list of applicant IDs your organization is working with. For each applicant ID, the total hours worked in the quarter, the Section 3 hours worked in the quarter, and the Section 3 targeted hours for the quarter. Also have a brief description of the Section 3 efforts made during the quarter and any supporting documentation. Once you have all this information, enter your organization's license number and hit enter. In the contractor Section 3 contact, enter your first and last name, phone, and email. You'll note on the right, your organization name will display under contractor, and the reporting period start and end date will display. This is the reporting period for which you are currently reporting. Next, you'll click the Add button. Once you do that, you'll see a row added to the grid. Enter the applicant ID for which you are reporting. Once you enter the app ID, the address and city for that applicant will populate. Then you'll want to confirm your reporting type. If work is ongoing with the applicant, leave it set to quarterly. If this were to be your last report, you would change this to final. For this example, we're going to leave it set to quarterly. Then enter your hours. We're going to start with total hours for the quarter. In this example, we'll say 1,200. Then the Section 3 total hours for the quarter, we'll use 960 as an example. And then the Section 3 targeted hours for the quarter, we'll also say 960. Next, we'll describe all efforts made for Section 3 reporting for this quarter. This is only required when Section 3 total hours for the quarter is less than 25% of total hours for the quarter, or if your Section 3 targeted hours for the quarter is less than 5% of total hours. In this example, we'll just enter in just to show, and we'll say that we subcontracted with a Section 3 business for electrical, as an example. Next, we'll add supporting documentation by clicking the paper clip, selecting a file. In this case, we're going to upload timesheet data. So we'll put in a file description and a date that we're uploading the information, and then just click save and close there. That's all you need to do. And you can go ahead and add as many applicant IDs as you need to. Just keep clicking the add button and adding rows. If you add too many, you can just delete that row. You'll enter any comments. This is not required, but if you have any information you would like to convey to the Department of Community Affairs, you can enter it there. And then next, you'll read the acknowledgments and apply your signature, or again, a first and last name, and a title down there, and then click submit. Once you've clicked to submit, that will send your entry to DCA, and you, assuming there are no issues, will see a message that says, thank you for your submission. Once you're all good, you'll be taken back to the login screen. If anyone from your organization has submitted a report in the last 12 months, they and you will receive an email when there is a submission. So go over and look here. Here's an example of the type of email that you would get. So it will tell you the status of your projects for this quarter. And it's really just the information that you've inputted into the system. So the applicant ID, the status, the quarter, address information, hours, your description of effort, and an indication of any files that you've uploaded. So now let's say that you forgot to report on a particular applicant or you need to make a correction. You can log back in following the same steps that we took before. Again, first and last name. Click the add button. So last time we entered information for this applicant ID. So it's going to say, you've already submitted a report for this applicant ID for this reporting quarter. Do you wish to replace your previous submission? So we will say yes. And let's say, so in our cumulative, we see the information we've already provided. We can just make any adjustments that are needed. We'll just make that 1,000 instead of 1,200 and keep the other values. Submit that supporting documentation again. Click the select file. Click save and close. And maybe we want to add another applicant, perhaps we forgot to report on. Again, the reporting type, just double check that. We'll enter some hours here for this applicant. We can actually use this same description. We'll just skip supporting documentation for this person since we've already talked about how to do that. Again, your comments, if you'd like to make any comments, and then your signature. Let's submit again. A successful submission, so we're good to go. We will then receive a second email that will show the updated information for our original applicant, as well as the information for our second applicant that we added. And just again, if you or anyone else from your organization has submitted a report in the last 12 months, they will also receive that email that shows both of the IDs that you have reported on. There's our second email that has our 2 folks now with our adjusted hours. Going forward, you and anyone else from your organization that has submitted a report in the last 12 months will receive an email reminder with your previously submitted information, both at 7 and 14 days prior to the end of the reporting quarter. This is to remind you to go in and update your hours for all of your applicants. Again, reminder, if you have any applicants for which you've submitted a final report, they will no longer display in this email. They will fall off. So you'll only see those ones that you're reporting on quarterly. And that concludes the Section 3 vendor portal training. If you've encountered any issues, please review the Section 3 reporting training slide deck on DCA's website or email drm.section3@dca.nj.gov. And there's that training deck right there. Thank you for your time.